Well, that I felt very moved the whole time you shared that story, and I've heard it before, and I grew up with it, and somehow it was very touching for me today. Perhaps because I feel that one of our big problems globally is our lack of being in relationship with the other. And I think our media causes us to be very fearful of each other through the daily news. And my experience has shown me, and working with Lynn, that when people come together in face-to-face relationship building, everything changes and anything is possible. So I feel like your story, the Good Samaritan, hits it right on, that we are all challenged to be as total as possible in our love, physical, mental, spiritual, emotionally. We need to be absolutely total and not hold out a little piece of anger or a little piece of fear for some person or something, that we have to be really total in our engagement and our involvement and helping bring people together, including ourselves, as much as possible with whoever the other might be. That's what that story brought for me. Thank you so much. It was really touching the way you shared it.
Thank you, Libby. Usman? Let's see, we need to unmute you. Hang on. I'm going to unmute you. There you go. Okay. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Charles has shared, well, a very touching story. And when he was actually saying it, I actually was reflecting back in one of the teachings of the prophets, that you love yourself as you, you love your neighbor as you love yourself. And there's actually a quote in the Holy Quran that saying, it's a quote by the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that saying, one of you will never be a person of faith until he loves for his neighbor what he loves for himself, actually. So for me, I actually is, well, from the story he has given us now, is just like Libby said, when people are in good relationship with one another, there will be, they will have that opportunity to learn from one another, to also know each other, know what each other want. And that will provide the opportunity for them to actually be on the same page, to be able to really understand one another well. When something like this happens, if there's understanding between people of different faiths, that is when people will, understand one another, like I said, and to be able to stay in peace with one another. That's actually what we are liking now, especially in this part of the world, because people are actually separated from the teachings of their own climates. And I would like also to say this: there are some quotations or some quotes from the Holy Quran that is saying, for example, chapter 3, verses 159 is saying, do not be rude in speech. And what is happening now, even in media, is most of the things that we had are actually speeches of hate, and things like that. So his story is actually a touching story, and it's actually part of what I actually grew up with. That make me to get into this field of bringing people together, to build relationship, to stay peaceful with one another. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Usman.
Yeah.
Zilong.
Thank you. And thank you, Charles, for sharing what Samaritan mean in that context and the speech from Dr. King. And hearing this story, I have a lot of sadness in thinking about some incidents back home in China where often there was a young girl was run over by a car and people just passed by and even ran her over the second time and saw her and did not help. And it's an old lady picking garbage finally came and helped her. Just really made me wonder what has gone wrong in a society. What has the cut to the culture and spirituality done to the moral fabric? So that's very much alive on my heart right now.
Thank you, Zilong. I've got right next to you, I've got Xiaojuan.
I'll share same with Zilong because I remember in 1980s there was a national debate in China about should we help the strangers in the street. So the incident when the old man got injured in the street. Nobody knew, maybe some car hit and run, and one young man stopped, and the only man who stopped helped him and took him to the hospital. And the old man was very thankful. And when his kids came to the hospital, and they just grabbed the young man and said he hit their father, and the father was under the children's pressure and noticed that yes, you hit me. And even though the old man knew it was not right. So that caused a national debate on TV, but that didn't change our nation, the spirit in China right now. I still don't mention it. It still happens every day. And as Chinese, I came to America. When I see a lot of homeless people on the street, and I have sympathy for them, empathy, but I have the fear in my own heart that am I able to help them? What can I do? And I feel that separation between me and the people who are homeless. And I want to overcome that, but I feel it's very challenging. And I just want to share that.
Thank you.